Hello, good morning. Here is business. Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber of Mines, Dr. Suleiman Koni, has called for collaboration between the Chamber and the Association of Ghana Industries to come up with strategic plans to help industry players explore many opportunities in the mining sector. He made the call on the final day of the AGI Local Content and Investment Summit in Accra.
In order to maximize the country's earnings from the mineral sector, policymakers have been brainstorming on various issues to help improve local content participation. This was at the second day of the Association of Ghana Industries Local Content and Investment Summit in Accra. Speaking on the topic quality and standards as the key to position suppliers for procurement opportunities within multinationals and across West Africa, Chief Executive Officer of the Minerals Commission, Dr. Suleiman Koni, noted that the mining sector has many untapped potentials. He said the plans taken must be incorporated into the National Development Plan for the country.
You can't be, toying around with things which have not been tried and tested. But if indeed it has been, why not? We'll be more than willing to engage them and link them up with these prospective investors, because at the end of the day, it is our country. We need to exploit that resource, because that for me is a passionate thing. And that's one of the things I've been talking about. My presentation, I talked about collaborating with the AGI to look at strategic inputs, try and influence the National Development Planning Commission, 40-year development plan. How can we position mining? So we are looking at mining in an integrated fashion so that it can have a pride of place, because you know that you can link it up. Steve talked about linkages. Link it up to other manufacturing opportunities.
On his part, co-chairman of the Ghana Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative, Dr. Steve Mateyao, said Ghana may fail to derive maximum benefits if policy initiatives are not in place.
You see, when a country discovers a natural resource, gold, diamond, oil, whatever, there are certain things that you must do. And you must do them in a logical sequence. The first thing you do is what you call the national strategic visioning, in terms of what role you expect the resource to play in your national economy. Having developed that, you now translate that vision into policy and policy objectives. Now you step back to look at what laws do you need to pursue these policy objectives. And then the regulations will detail out how the laws are to be applied. You cannot do them in any reverse order. But what do we do in this country? We passed the Minerals and Mining Act 703 in 2006 and passed the Minerals and Mining Policy in 2014. So you ask yourself, all this while, what policy objectives was the Minerals and Mining Act pursuing when there was not a clearly articulated policy in place?
The two-day conference, which ends on Thursday, reflects over developments and progress made since the first edition in 2010.
Away from that, Director for IT Applications at the National Information Technology Agency, NITA, Veronica Boateng, is advocating the mandatory adoption of right security mechanisms to protect online business transactions. This comes as the incidence of cyber fraud activities continues to be a threat to growing volumes of online business transactions in Ghana. Speaking to Joy of Business, Veronica Boateng said the initiative will boost confidence in online transactions.
The third Ghana E-Commerce Expo and Summit commenced in Accra on Thursday. The event brings together a number of stakeholders in the e-commerce industry to seek better ways of driving e-commerce activities in Ghana. The event's director, Paul Asino, said, as part of efforts to enhance the activities within the sector, stakeholders are being engaged in setting up the e-commerce association to streamline activities within the sector.
We are forming the Ghana E-Commerce Association, which will bring together both private and public sector, find out from both ends what their needs are and how to formulate standards, as well as forge for advocacy. And we have to trade. We've been trading. We used to do barter. Now it's moving online. And we can't just leave it to only the private sector. It should be a collaboration between government and private. That is the only way we can move forward.
A pioneer of internet development and expansion throughout Africa for nearly 2 decades, Professor Nina Kukweno was present at the opening. One of the key issues highlighted at the expo was the threat of cyber fraud, which needs urgent attention. The Director for IT Applications at the National Information Technology Agency, Veronica Boateng, said the adoption of the right security mechanisms to protect online business transactions should be made mandatory.
When it comes to security, there are digital security solutions that can be embedded with web portals that offer e-commerce solutions, and it should become a mandate for all e-commerce portals, web portals to deploy such security solutions on top of their web portals just to safeguard the portal. So solutions like the SSL with extended verification, with a stronger security service, what we usually call the green bar, should be imbibed or encouraged or mandated to be linked or associated. Such certificates should operate on all e-commerce portals because it helps secure the web portals and also introduce some level of confidence in the users of the e-commerce portals.
This year's edition of the Expo is under the theme Transforming Ghana's Online Businesses Through Technology, Innovation and Opportunity.
And that's all in business. My name is Emmanuel Boachi.